Okay. So, welcome, Dr. Rabia. Great pleasure to have you finally on board. I'm very thrilled to have you as my as my social media live guest today, and I'm very grateful to all the people who are joining in and who will be joining in. So, a great thank you to all the people who saw the recording, who commented on the previous recording on the Motherly Bestie Live, and it was a great hit. So, thank you, and hoping the same for this one.
So thank you, Miss Anshul. I'm equally thrilled to be with you live on Insta and other social media platforms, just to talk about one of my favorite topics, parenting actually, because
Uh,
this is something when you become a mother, when you become a parent, it is not that you are teaching your child, you're teaching yourself actually how to be a good mother,
Absolutely.
how to be a good parent actually.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I agree.
so
Yeah.
I'm
So, those who
equally
don't,
thankful.
thank you. Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine, Dr. Rabia. So, those who don't know Dr. Rabia, let me give you a very quick intro. She is a multi award winning edu leader, TEDx speaker, professional anchor, and a global change ambassador. With 23 plus years of experience across top corporates, MNCs, and schools, she is a force in branding, HR, PR, and life skills education. As a mentor of change with Niti Aayog and a founder of multiple ventures, she is empowering thousands through personal branding, SDG awareness, and youth development. She's been honored among the 100 most admired people in the education sector and wears many hats like of being an author, model, social leader, and most importantly, a mompreneur, and they are all driven by her super motto, be the change to bring the change. So thank you, Dr. Rabia, for being here. And before wasting any time, I'll quickly dive into my first question for you, and which is that we have already discussed that you have worn so many hats, from being an educator to an entrepreneur, mentor, influencer. So, how has your journey as a woman, as a mother, shaped your leadership style?
First of all, thank you so much, Ms. Anchal, for such a beautiful and wonderful introduction. I
Thank
think
you.
I don't need, so much. What do I say now? It's like, yes, a person can wear a lot of titles, lot of hats, but the most important part is you need to be a good human being. The
Oh, that's so
first
true.
and the most important part. And if you're
Hmm.
not a good human being, I think these titles, the hats we wear, it's of no use, it's of no importance, it doesn't carry any weightage till the
Hmm.
time you are a good human being. And for being
Hmm.
a good human being, you'll have to be very compassionate.
Oh, yes.
And it's not about being good human being. When it comes to being a mom, I think you need to be very compassionate. You need to be very patient, full of patience. You
Hmm.
need to be very eager to learn how to handle work front as well as your own personal front.
True. So true.
So I
Work
think
life
there
balance is extremely important. Yeah.
exactly, the work life balance is extremely important. And when we talk about work life balance, yes, we totally agree that this should be some kind of support, right? Be it a man or be it a woman, you need a support, you need a push to keep doing what you want to do actually.
Hmm.
So yes,
True.
there have been times when there was no support. I was my own support, I was my own motivation, I am
Hmm.
still my own motivation. But yes, my parents, my family, the all my thanks to the divine, which has helped me to keep doing what I have been trying to actually and make my life purposeful, And
Mm-hmm.
whatever I have achieved till now, be it
Mm-hmm.
into the HR, be it into the, as an entrepreneur or a branding and PR person or as an anchor, it's my passion and determination and to do will actually. There's something called your will actually. If there is a will, there is a way. So that is what I believe in. That is where I focus on. Yes, there could be some delay, but then there would be time. If you are being resilient and if you persevere, you will win. You will be victorious.
That is so beautiful, Dr. Rabia. Exactly. I do agree with you that if there is a will, there is a way. It is just about the divine timing, which has its own, I mean, its own delays and its own timing, actually. But everything is coming your way. That belief system, if you have, then you are on the right path.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Totally. I completely agree with that. And it's very beautifully said that when you say that a parent has to be eager to learn, not only to teach. So I think that is something that we are lacking in today's parenting, where today's parenting, or I think parenting in general, that parents always feel that they are the authority and they don't have anything to learn from their kids. But I think the
That's so
kids
true.
make you learn a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. When being a parent, it's not about your experience, it's not about your age, it's about your mindset. All it's your mindset actually. Why? Because see, there was a time when we were kids,
Hmm.
but we knew better than our parents also because we had a different generation, we had different techniques, we had different equipment, we have different education system. Everything was little different from what our parents have studied and have done actually. So
Right.
they need to understand that yes, we have born in this age stage, we know a much little better than them.
Hmm.
No matter what, no doubt that their experience, they are very senior to us, they are very elders to us. It's our job to respect them, but at the same point of time, they need to understand that yes, our education system, our modern techniques have changed, the technical things, the education, the way of teaching, the way of learning have changed. So they have to change themselves too for us to learn and for us to grow.
Exactly.
So when I
Exactly. I
talk
mean,
about
people
the
have.
Gen Z also expects the similar thing from us as well, that they have born in such a scenario where everything is like digital now. So if
Hmm.
you don't know something, then you must learn from your child rather than pressurizing or forcing them to learn in a way the way you have learned that.
Hmm. True.
Right, for example, I'll just give you one example. Social media, everybody says that social media is not showing the right kind of things, it's not showing the right kind of, you know probably there could be certain things. So there are porn movies, there are a lot of things which should not be,
Hmm.
the teenagers should not watch. But then I want to ask you one question. If, for example, we talk about periods, right? Our age, at when we were born, it was a taboo. It is still a taboo at certain in certain areas. We are not supposed to talk
Absolutely.
about it, right? But then who will teach our kids about periods? Who
Hmm.
will tell them that what is wrong and what is right in that?
Hmm.
And how they have to understand these things and these situations. If they
Right.
won't watch on social media, if we won't teach them, then how will they learn that?
Exactly.
So I think we need to change before we tell them to change actually.
Hmm.
There is
Right.
a way of teaching. Teaching is different. Giving knowledge is different. Gaining knowledge is different now. Skills are different. Expertise are different. We need to give them freedom actually somewhere. We can't force them to live their lives in our way.
Exactly. That was what I was coming to next. Since you have worked so deeply in the education sector, especially with the SDGs, etc., what values do you think that every parent must instill in their children today to raise them emotionally and socially aware leaders? I do understand that we have been talking about the progressive generational thinking. As the generations are changing, the thinking also has to progress. But
Progress.
what else? I mean, what else do you think that, I mean, top three, top four things that are really important to raise an emotionally resilient and strong children in today's scenario?
Uh, I would like to say here that being into a joint family,
Mm-hmm.
right? See, when the child is going out in a school, they have 50 to 40 kids in a school, right?
Right.
Then they go to college. College also have different mindsets, different cultures. The students are coming from different backgrounds altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's the later stage, right?
Hmm.
When a child is born, they have a joint family.
Mm-hmm.
People from different families have come as a joint family. So
Hmm.
if you want your child to be very emotionally strong, if you want your child to be resilient, if you want your child to become little patient, empathetic, sympathetic, they need to learn the things from the home itself, from the house itself. They need to
Mm-hmm.
understand that nobody is wrong, neither the parent nor the child is wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
the things have different, techniques are different, changes are there in the systems actually. But having said that, they need to have a dialogue with their parents rather than making it an argument or a discussion. So
Mm-hmm.
they need to be very polite. They need to be very emotionally strong. If somebody has said something, for example, दादा दादी, नाना नानी, joint families में होते ही हैं, right? वो
बिल्कुल.
अपने experience से बताते हैं आपको अगर कुछ बता रहे हैं. They
Hmm.
need to understand that they need to listen to them. Listening
Mm-hmm.
skills is what exactly? जब आप patiently किसी को सुनोगे, ठीक है? अगर
Right.
वो कुछ बता रहे हैं
Hmm.
अपने experience, वो भी गलत नहीं है कहीं पे.
Hmm.
उन्होंने अपनी एज में, उन्होंने उस ज़माने में वही सब सीखा जो आपको वो बता रहे हैं। लेकिन
बिल्कुल.
अगर आपको लगता है कि वो आपका तरीका गलत थोड़ा-सा डिफरेंट है, आपका यहाँ पे एज डिफरेंट है हमारी अब, तो आपको उनके साथ एक सॉफ्ट डायलॉग करना पड़ेगा कि नाना-नानी या दादा-दादी ऐसे नहीं, अब हमारे सिस्टम में ये होता है, अब हमारे सिस्टम में वो होता है।
Hmm.
रादर देन रिएक्टिव एक्शन।
Hmm.
वहाँ पे आप रिजिलिएंट भी नहीं होगा आपका चाइल्ड, इमोशनली स्ट्रांग भी नहीं होगा और गैप्स आते जाएंगे,
Hmm.
एज इश्यूज भी आएंगे, एज गैप्स भी आएंगे, प्लस फिर वो बाहर जाके भी सोसाइटी में वही करेगा, वो किसी का भी थॉट प्रोसेस, किसी के आइडिया एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं कर पाएगा. He
Right.
would not be able to work in a team actually.
Hmm.
जब तक वो घर से, वो कहते हैं ना कि घर ही सबसे बड़ी पाठशाला होती है. गुरु
बिल्कुल.
और माँ एक समान होते हैं. तो
Hmm.
माँ का पहला हक ही, माँ ही सबसे पहली गुरु है अपने बच्चे के लिए. माँ
Hmm.
को ही सिखाना पड़ेगा कि कैसे इमोशनली स्ट्रांग होना है, कैसे
Hmm.
थोड़ा सा पेशेंस लाना है, कैसे
Hmm.
बड़ों की बात सुननी है और
Hmm.
कैसे अपनी बात उनके आगे रखनी है. So
बिल्कुल.
which is very important being a mother actually. This is what I learned from my mom, and that is what I have tried to make my daughters understand actually. And it was
Hmm.
very difficult, Miss Anchal, I would be very honest with you. Being a single parent, it was very challenging for me. There was a time when I had to do a work life balance.
Hmm.
But then मैंने गिव अप नहीं किया, मैंने खुद को चेंज करने की कोशिश की. आई
Hmm.
चेंज माई सेल्फ, आई वर्क विद द कम्युनिटी, आई वेंट टू आउटसाइड, आई heard different moms how to cope up, how to handle such children, how to, because you know being a single parent, वो फैमिली में थोड़ा बहुत बच्चों का थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट नेचर भी हो जाता है कि हाँ
Hmm.
हमारी मॉम ही है सब कुछ, आवर फादर आवर मॉम एवरीबॉडी इज शी, so we have to understand her, there is nobody else now. So उनको
Right.
समझाने के लिए first I understood, first I learned myself कि कैसे handle करना है इसका.
Hmm.
There are, so at times there are situations, बच्चे इतने stubborn हो जाते हैं, no we want to do this, so we want to do this, then
Hmm.
you need to give them freedom, leave that to them, tell them this is your life.
Hmm.
Whatever you will do, it will affect your life.
Exactly.
Then
We have to start giving them that kind of a decision making. We have to start giving
decision
them that
making
kind of
skill.
a space where they
Absolutely.
actually take a decision and learn from the consequences, and then I mean revise their decisions at some point of time.
Absolutely. I have worked with the government school kids also. And you know, it was so difficult for them to understand certain things, how to be resilient, how to work in a team actually. क्योंकि
Hmm.
उनके पेरेंट्स छोटी छोटी फैमिलीज में रहकर, किसी की दादी नहीं है, किसी के दादा नहीं है, किसी के
Hmm.
माँ नहीं है, किसी के बाबा नहीं है. और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट, इट वाज सो चैलेंजिंग फॉर मी कि उनको बोलना कि रोज स्कूल आओ आप. Then
बिल्कुल.
I had to, you know, what I did, I called their parents. I did a parenting session with their parents. I made them understand what is the value of education
Exactly.
and how they need to behave at home as well.
Hmm.
घर पे भी माँ बाप को बहुत, अगर आपको लड़ना भी है दूसरे कोने में जाके लड़ो, बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट इट विल affect your child's mentality, thought
Hmm.
process and emotions.
Hmm.
सो यू नो वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ सर्टेन थिंग्स कि हम हर चीज बच्चे के सामने नहीं कर सकते.
True.
बच्चा हमें ऑब्जर्व कर रहा है,
Hmm.
बिकॉज ही इज देयर इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस ऑल द टाइम. स्कूल जाता है कितनी देर के लिए, 3 घंटे, 4 घंटे, 5 घंटे, 6 घंटे, बट देन
Hmm.
ऑल द डे ही इज विद अस, ही इज ऑब्जर्विंग अस वेरी केयरफुली. We
Hmm.
need to behave in a way where the child is learning good things and not the bad things about
Right.
life. लेकिन हाँ, ये भी मैं बोलूँगी कि लाइफ की प्रैक्टिकैलिटी को समझाना पड़ेगा आपको. बुक्स
Hmm.
सब कुछ नहीं सिखाती हैं. बुक्स से नॉलेज गेन होती है, लेकिन जो लाइफ की रियलिटी है, लाइफ की प्रैक्टिकैलिटी है, वो जब तक बच्चा हाथ से काम नहीं करेगा, तब तक कुछ नहीं सीखेगा.
Exactly. I mean, our education system can equip the children to a certain extent.
एब्सोल्युटली.
Bookish knowledge, of course, and many schools are turning into, I mean, they're turning more activity based. But
यस.
then these life skills, these skills of emotional resilience or say finances, etc., these skills schools are still not teaching, and all of these
एब्सोल्युटली.
additional skills and these life skills have to come from the home. They have to come from the parents
From
ultimately.
the parents. For example, we talk about financial literacy. From
Financial
the
literacy.
beginning, from the beginning, early childhood, when you are paying, when you're giving your child, think about a pocket money. You know, the child is spending too much. You need to sit back. You need to sit with the child, make him understand that, baby, this is the pocket money you are getting. You have to curtail your expenditure, that so that you should not ask for another money, more money.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Financial
men,
management is, I mean,
very
has to be taught at
important
an early age.
at the early age, because you know बच्चा तो बच्चा है, जिद तो करेगा. हाँ, I have to buy
Hmm.
this, I want this toy also, I want this book as well. But we as parents need to make them understand how to go about it. We can't shout at them, we can't hit them. That is completely wrong, to be honest. You just can't
Exactly.
hit a child, you just can't shout at your child. It
Hmm.
will again, it will affect his mindset.
Hmm. True.
So वो
True.
बड़ा होके गुस्सा वाला भी बन सकता है, वो बड़ा होके एकदम जिद्दी बच्चा भी बन सकता है कि मुझे चाहिए ही चाहिए जिंदगी.
Hmm.
कुछ अच्छा पाने की जिद हो तो वो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन हर चीज जो हमारे लेवल के बियॉन्ड हो, यू कांट डिमांड फॉर दैट. सो पेरेंट
Exactly.
हैज टू go sit with the child. They need to have a proper dialogue with the child rather than scolding them and rather than forcing them.
Exactly. I agree. I
अब आप
but
हम भी. Yes, please.
yeah, no, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
So I was saying, for example, we were talking about कि social awareness कैसे आए बच्चे में. तो
Hmm.
social awareness के लिए भी हमें dialogue करना पड़ेगा, आंचल जी, because you
Hmm.
know, if you talk about the government school student, उनको periods की बात करते इतने शर्म आता था,
Hmm.
In fact, they had they have the girls class only, still they never wanted to talk about it. Why not talk
Right.
about it? The parent, the mother, the father, they both have to sit with the child, they both have to make them understand, be it a boy, be it a girl,
Hmm.
they have to make them understand that this is the life, this is the phase of life that everybody has to see.
Exactly.
Everybody experiences that, and it is
Hmm.
not a dirty thing, it is not a bad thing to
Hmm.
talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more you are spreading the awareness about
Hmm. Exactly.
it. So I
Dr. Rabia, you are such a big change maker and such a big inspiration for women themselves. We have been talking a lot about children for now, but I want to shift this to a little bit to the women themselves who most of the times find themselves locked behind the doors of the home, or I mean, not physically but many times mentally and emotionally as well. They find themselves locked. So you, I mean, you have actually mentored like youths and professionals and change makers. So what advice would you like to give to mothers who are struggling to find their voice or their personal identity while raising their kids or while running the
beautiful.
house for them, for that matter?
I love that question, Anshul. I really
Hmm.
love that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so the most important part, as Miss Anshul has already said, be the change to bring the change, right?
Right.
So you need to first
It's
change
not me who has
yourself.
said this. This is absolutely your motto. So it's Dr.
Yo,
Rabia who's saying
exactly.
that.
So be the change to bring the change. And I live my life on this motto actually.
Hmm.
Every day, every minute, I go back, I think about it. Be the change to bring the change. I have to change myself, right?
Hmm.
There has to be, I spoke about compassion, right?
Right.
There's something called self love.
Hmm.
As a mother, as a woman, if you are compassionate, the most important part is to self love. Love yourself first. Be compassionate towards yourself first. Be sympathetic towards yourself first. Be empathetic towards yourself first. Think, think what you want to do in your life. Do you want to sit back? Do you want to, be a backbencher, locked in your room, trapped in your house, and you don't want to create your identity? Or you really want to create your identity? You want to be a woman, inspirational woman for other women as well. And you need to have your own name, you need to have your own image actually. If you really
Hmm.
want that, you need to raise your voice. I'm not saying to shout, but raise your voice. Start
Exactly.
something what you are good at. If you're good at cooking, start showing recipes. Thanks to our social media, from the ages of lockdown, Instagram is the best part. Every woman, I think we all are at Insta. Start showing
Exactly.
something, some beautiful cooking recipes. Small
Hmm.
clippings you can do. You don't have to do much. Just start your phone, cook something, maybe a cake, maybe an ice cream, something like that. You will
Hmm.
create your own identity as a cook, as a chef,
Right.
right? If you have a pet,
Hmm.
I think pet or a furry baby, I would say.
Hmm.
I'm a proud mom of a furry baby as well.
Hmm.
And show some moments of love with your furry baby on Insta. It is very important because they all are equal, whether a child of a human being or whether a child of a
Hmm.
pet. They all are equal. Believe me, do these things, you will have your own identity.
Hmm.
Whatever you love to do, start doing it now. There is no other day. It is now or never.
Right.
But nobody will come and take your hand out and take you to the path where you will be able to create your identity. It is you yourself.
Hmm.
You need to think your own motivation, your own inspiration, and you need to push yourself
Right.
out
I think that
from
is
that
very
locked door
important.
actually.
Yeah. You have to, I mean, you basically have to break your own chrysalis to become a
Chrysalis.
butterfly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Nobody,
Breaking the
nobody's,
barriers. You
yeah,
need to break your own barriers only. Then only somebody will come and support you. Otherwise, keep sitting behind. Nobody is
hmm,
going to take your. आओ जी हम हाथ पकड़ के आपको आगे लेके जाएंगे. Nobody will do that. You
exactly.
yourself have to do that.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Any other suggestions that you have for women who want to build their personal brands from home, but they are really struggling? One is one you're already talking about that. I mean, just grab the opportunity and jump into it.
Jump into it. For
Jump,
example, I spoke
jump.
about
Yeah,
cooking, right?
yeah.
If you want to start something, you have a passion for teaching actually. Start
Hmm.
something from your home itself. We have lot of domestic helpers coming in. Ask them to send their children to you. Start teaching them.
Hmm.
Make small clippings for them. You can always show on Insta as well. This way, you are not helping yourself, but you are helping the society too,
Right.
and you would be a sustainable change maker
Hmm.
because what you are doing is amazing. You're providing quality education to a child who really
Hmm.
needs it actually. You are
True.
bringing a difference in their life and in your life equal.
Hmm.
So, what I'm trying to say, think about your passion, what you love, what you love, do that. And what you do, that.
Hmm.
For example, a small thing, bringing up your child, right? How to bring up your child? You are a master in that because you're a mother. Nobody can challenge you for that. You
Hmm.
can start your parenting videos, parenting, channel, and talk about the parenting part. Very
Hmm.
simple thing.
True.
Everybody is passionate about parenting. Everybody is passionate about motherhood. What is
Hmm.
motherhood? Show that to the world so that everybody can learn from you. That what is
Hmm.
motherhood?
Hmm.
It's about your passion. It is about your determination. Again, I would say your will to do actually,
Exactly.
and keep
And it's,
persevering. The path
yeah.
may be slow, but the journey would be beautiful because you're learning lot of new things in between.
Exactly. So don't, I mean, rather than focusing on the results, focus on the journey and what you are learning at each step and at each moment, rather than just seeing that how many followers you have gained or how many viewerships you have gained if you are doing it on Insta.
Absolutely.
It's more about taking that action and appreciating yourself for taking that action.
Absolutely. Pat
Hmm.
yourself that, yes, I did this today. Wow, I did this today. Give that wow
Exactly.
factor to yourself, actually, what you are doing.
Hmm.
And nobody, nothing will stop you. Say it 10 times in a day, I am unstoppable. I can do that. And I will do it. These three phrases towards you, and then you see where you go. There's no
Right.
look back.
Hmm. So, how do you think one can actually bring about, like, especially for a homemaker, especially for a mother, uh, maybe who has left her job and is taking a career break, or who is a homemaker but is aspiring to be a mompreneur like you? What are the stepping stones in terms of changing these mindsets, like from where should they begin, and how should they start this journey of being more independent or being more self-loving or feeling more meaningful
Meaningful for others.
as a person who's contributing to the society? What would you
So,
say?
I would say that look into the mirror, right?
Hmm.
Talk to yourself that,
Hmm.
yes, did I do something productive today?
Hmm.
Did it actually give me that satisfaction and peace of mind today? If
Hmm.
not, what I'm doing today and what I'm going to do tomorrow. Ask these questions to yourself and you will find the answers automatically.
Hmm.
This is what I did to me. because
Mm-hmm.
I would be very open. I would be very frank to you. There was a lockdown and everything was shut, right? My whole company got closed. Why? Because I was working with the schools and the colleges, but thanks to lockdown, everything got closed. I had to start from scratch. And
Mm-hmm.
one day I was sitting. There is no point, crying or shattering yourself into tears. I need to get up because I need to do something about my own life. I need to change this. I need to break this barrier. So what I have to do now? Should I keep crying that my work is completely shut down, or
Mm-hmm.
shall I start from the scratch?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you will fail. Miss Angel, it's not every time that you will earn that victory or the success in a minute. There is no,
Absolutely.
you can't succeed overnight. There is
Mm-hmm.
no ladder to success which can take first step and then you are like succeeded, you are done. It
Yeah.
takes time, but you will have to ask yourself, you will have to get up now. There is no tomorrow. Today is the day. Start actioning, take your actions, make efforts, and then take action. Write this in your journal and then start working on that. Make a to do list. One thing, second thing, third thing, fourth thing. Start your journal from today. Have I done these all things today? Am I succeeded? Have I made my day productive? Then you see. You anybody who is a homemaker or and wants to create their own identity, or people who have taken a break, mothers who have taken a break due to
Mm-hmm.
any emergency, due to any reasons, and they want to restart their professional life. The best part is think beyond. Think
Mm-hmm.
beyond. The most important part. That where do you see yourself after 2 years? Would you like to see yourself sitting here and thinking, अच्छा आज करती हूँ कल करती हूँ आज करती हूँ कल करती हूँ? No, that way you will never be able to do what you want to do actually.
Mm-hmm.
लोगों ने तो बातें करनी है, बीट योर फैमिली, बीट योर सोसाइटी, लोग तो बातें करेंगे ही. लोग तब भी बातें करेंगे जब आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे होगे कि अरे यार ये तो सारा दिन घर पे पड़ी रहती है, कुछ करती नहीं है. लोग तब भी बातें करेंगे, अरे ये तो बाहर जाती है, अब तो इतना काम करती है यार, इसका घर कौन संभालता होगा. तो लोगों को तो मुंह है, लोगों ने तो कहना ही है.
जी बिल्कुल.
राइट, लोगों की
Mm-hmm.
परवाह ना करते हुए थिंक अबाउट योरसेल्फ. एक ही लाइफ है,
Mm-hmm.
make it beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This is your life. You have to live your life beautifully so that you can bring the same change in others' lives as well.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing that you are saying, that be the change in your own life before you're bringing the change into other people's life. And I also
Absolutely.
want to add here, when we were talking about self love, many women especially equate self love with selfishness, and that brings like a negative connotation to self love. So, just to wrap it up, Dr. Rabia, would you like to just differentiate for our
Yes,
audience the
I would love to
self
do that.
love and
Self-love,
selfishness? Yes,
selfishness.
yes.
Self-love is what exactly? भैया पहले सोचो, अगर आप खुद से प्यार नहीं करोगे, खाना नहीं खाओगे, पानी नहीं पियोगे, खुद की चिंता नहीं करोगे, खुद का ध्यान नहीं रखोगे, then who will take care of your family, who will take care of your kids, and who will take care of your work as well?
Mm-hmm,
So this is what is called self-love. Love yourself, take rest, go on a vacation. You can go on a soul vacation as well, right? Listen to the music, spend some me time. There's something
mm-hmm.
called me time, right? Spend
Totally.
some me time. This is what is called self-love. And being selfish means सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचना, बच्चा भूखा है, अरे यार छोड़ो यार, रहेगा अपने आप खा लेगा. फैमिली भूखी है, पेरेंट्स भूखे हैं, छोड़ो यार, मेरे को आज ये पार्टी पे जाना तो मुझे जाना ही है, मैं घर की चिंता नहीं कर सकती. That is where that is called selfishness. Okay, because you
Yeah.
are thinking about only about yourself, your entertainment, your thinking, but you're not taking care of your own responsibilities, be it work front,
Mm.
be it professional, personal front.
Hmm.
Selfless and selfishness. This is what is the difference in between the two. अपनी केयर करना, अब खुद से प्यार करना, अपने लिए कपड़े लेना, अपने लिए शॉपिंग करना, इसमें ये कोई सेल्फिशनेस नहीं है।
Hmm.
लेकिन सेल्फिशनेस तब आती है सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचना, बाकी सब भाड़ में जाए, काम भाड़ में जाए, फैमिली, आई हैव टू live my life. That's
Hmm.
all.
Hmm.
So this is what is called selfishness.
That's beautifully said, Dr. Rabia. I think once we are able to distinguish clearly between self love and not take it as selfishness, I think the change starts to come from there.
Absolutely, absolutely, Miss Andrew.
Yeah.
So,
Any last things about being the change to bring the change that you want to say before we wrap up this beautiful session with you?
so be the change to bring
Any
the
last
change.
message for our
I
audience?
would, I would say that you can't change others. You can only change yourself. Introspect yourself. Sit back. Think where did you go wrong and what should have been done to make the changes, be it a relationship, be it a work front, office, everywhere. What you can do good in the lives of others, that is what is called the be the change actually. Because हम जब उंगली किसी की तरफ करते हैं ना, हम भूल जाते हैं कि चार उंगलियां हमारी तरफ भी अपने ही हाथ की हम चार उंगलियां अपनी तरफ कर रहे हैं। तो क्यों ना खुद से पहले प्यार करके, खुद को चेंज करके, खुद की गलतियों को सुधार ले, दुनिया अपने आप बदल जाए।
Very well said and very beautifully wrapped up. Yes, I totally agree with you. Once we start introspecting, as we were talking before the session, once we start introspecting and understand that it's me who has to
It's
change first,
change. Yes,
and also that everything is happening for a reason.
for a reason.
So,
That's right. And then
yeah,
everything is, everything is time set actually. So everything will go in a way you want, but there has to be some timelines set by that divine actually. And don't outsource your happiness to your challenges or your circumstances or to others. The happiness comes
exactly.
from within. Happiness comes from within.
Yes, I agree. One, happiness comes from within. And to bring about that happiness, you have to stop outsourcing your happiness or your challenges to somebody else. That
Absolutely.
simply means that stop blaming others or stop depending on others for anything that you
Yes.
require internally.
Internally.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Rabia. I think this has been really insightful. And I'm sure mothers who are watching us will gain some beautiful insights out of this live. And I think we didn't go live on Insta, but I'll share the video
Sure.
and so that we can reach to more audience and more people can benefit from this session. But I'm really, really grateful. Thank you for giving us time and all the good vibes and the good mindset shifts that you have shared with us.
Thank you, Miss Anshul. It's a pleasure to me. I'm so obliged to be on your channel today. I
Thanks.
hope I will be able to change a life, even for one single woman, and I would be like truly, totally blessed with that. So,
Absolutely. That's my motto too. Even if I'm able to change one life with one Insta live, I'm happy. My
absolutely.
mission is accomplished.
Mission is accomplished.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yes. So thank you so
absolutely.
much to all the
Thank
viewers
you.
for listening patiently to us actually.
Absolutely. Thanks a ton. Thank you, everybody who joined us. And thank you, everybody in advance who's going to watch this recording and benefit from this. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this family. Thanks a ton.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much.
Bye. Thank you.